Good afternoon, everybody. Rather, good morning. So once again, I'm here for you to commence the on ho gaya voice. So once again, we are here for you to commence on the SSB preparation techniques, as we are here to assist you on the SSB aspects of your dreams to get selected for armed forces as commissioned officers. So today's topic is a little in continuation with the previous topics, whatever we have dealt before. In KD Campus Defense Brigade, we are here to give you all-inclusive, stepwise training for the SSB. When I say stepwise training, it is all-inclusive for Hindi, English-speaking students from various backgrounds and those who are freshers, repeaters, and they have those who are in hurry or those who have some time. Okay, 𝐮𝐩𝐝 Sharma, good morning. Okay, so others can also join now. I'm going to cover about 30 minutes or so on some topics which will be of some interest to you. And any queries or any questions that you have, you can pose. You can write in the comment box so that I can handle it later. Or if you can just call for an appointment, which I'll give you the contact number. You can discuss with me. It's free of cost to everyone as a career counseling part. So you will be able to get the benefit out of it. So to make it more fruitful, you should interact with the mentor and register yourself for career counseling, which is free of cost, provided from from the KD Defense Brigade. So feel free to talk to us one-to-one, and then you can decide your course of action and preparation. So that is to just say in the beginning. And as far as the program is concerned, the whole concept under the KD Defense Brigade SSB guidance program is mentored by me, Captain SHYAM Kumar, Indian Navy. Google search for the details. You will find by name of the KD campus, of the mentor, and all this will be readily available to you in the website. So as far as the today's class is concerned, before I commence the class per se, I will touch upon some current affairs, general awareness points, especially of military nature. So we can gen up and maybe freshen ourselves on some of the aspects every day or every time when I am live for the classes. Mostly I am doing a weekly class, and sometime I do shorts, so you can follow us by the website and get benefited. So now today I'm going to touch upon a very current topic, and very it's a topic of all the exams and all the students who are aspiring to become something in life. They should know about Chief of Defense Staff. That is the highest military rank and the officer of the armed forces. It's a new designation and it has started few years back, although the background is very old. It is from last 20 years. It was being pursued, but it did not work because of certain constraints and hiccups. Now Chief of Defense Staff, the second Chief of Defense Staff, is in office, and the name of the Chief of Staff, name, etc., I am sure you all are aware, and you should be continuing to gen up on the armed forces structures, etc. The main thrust of that, what is the role of the Chief of Defense Staff, which is a basic doubt in minds of people. करता क्या है Chief of Defense Staff, और ये नया पोस्ट क्यों बनाया गया है? तो मैंने पहले 3 बातें शॉर्ट में बता दूंगा ताकि मैं ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लूं। इसमें आप पढ़ सकते हैं गूगल से अच्छी तरह से जाके। चीफ ऑफ डिफेंस स्टाफ आर्मी, नेवी, एयरफोर्स के तीनों सेनाओं के समन्वय के लिए, कोऑर्डिनेशन के लिए बनाया गया है, और इसकी मेन 3 जो ड्यूटीज हैं वो आपको मैं बता देता हूं। पहली ड्यूटी है कि ये जो है मिलिट्री एडवाइजर हैं डिफेंस मिनिस्टर के। सो हाईएस्ट मिलिट्री ऑफिसर, सिंगल पॉइंट, आर्मी, नेवी, एयरफोर्स को मिला के, एक साथ मिला के सिंगल पॉइंट एडवाइजर हैं डिफेंस मिनिस्टर के लिए। तो ये है सबसे पहला रोल। पहले 3 लोग करते थे एडवाइस, अभी सिंगल पॉइंट पे करेंगे। और दूसरा इनका रोल है कि एक नया डिपार्टमेंट बनाया गया है मिनिस्ट्री में, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस के अंदर एक डिपार्टमेंट बनाया गया है। पहले DRDO होता था, जैसे पहले NCC होती थी, मेडिकल के कोई इश्यूज हैं, कैंटीन होते थे और इंटीग्रेटेड हेडक्वार्टर्स भी होते थे। तो इंटीग्रेटेड हेडक्वार्टर्स ऑफ मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस जो नेवी, आर्मी, एयरफोर्स अलग अलग थे, उनको उन्होंने एक साथ जोड़ के डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ डिफेंस बनाया है, DOD। तो DOD के जो सेक्रेटरी हैं वो हैं चीफ ऑफ डिफेंस स्टाफ। तो ये डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ डिफेंस के टॉप पोजीशन पे है और इनका रैंकिंग जो दिया गया है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रैंकिंग जो दी गई है, जो गवर्नमेंट को चलाने के लिए होती है, वो सेक्रेटरी की होती है। तो ये सेक्रेटरी लेवल के ऑफिसर जरूर हैं, पर इनका वैल्यू मतलब इनका जो ओहदा है, इनके जो प्रोटोकॉल है और ब्लू बुक में जो इनकी जो ऑर्डर ऑफ प्रेसिडेंस में इनकी रैंकिंग है, ये इनकी काफी ऊपर है दूसरे सेक्रेटरी से। और ये कैबिनेट सेक्रेटरी के करीब करीब इक्विवेलेंट रैंक पे आते हैं वारंट ऑफ प्रेसिडेंस में। तो उस जगह पर इनको ऊपर रखा गया है, हालांकि वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली एक सेक्रेटरी का काम कर रहे हैं। और तीसरी इनकी जो ड्यूटी है वो चेयरमैन है चीफ ऑफ स्टाफ कमेटी। जब हमारी CDS नहीं थी तो तीनों सेनाओं का एक कोर कमेटी थी जिसको कहते थे चीफ ऑफ स्टाफ कमेटी, और सीनियर मोस्ट आर्मी, नेवी, एयरफोर्स के जो सीनियर मोस्ट चीफ होते थे वो इसको हेड करते थे कमेटी को, तो वो चेयरमैन होते थे। अब वो नहीं रहा है, अब CDS ही हमेशा चेयरमैन ऑफ चीफ ऑफ स्टाफ कमेटी रहेंगे। और इसके साथ ये 3 ड्यूटी अगर आप याद रखें, मिलिट्री एडवाइजर टू रक्षा मंत्री, दूसरा सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ डिफेंस और तीसरा चेयरमैन चीफ ऑफ स्टाफ कमेटी, ये 3 चीजें आप ध्यान रखें तो आपको सब कुछ याद रहेगा। क्वेश्चन इसके बारे में आते रहते हैं। और कुछ और है बातें, जैसे न्यूक्लियर कमांड अथॉरिटी है, जो न्यूक्लियर फोर्सेज है हमारी भारत की, उसके ये एडवाइजर हैं, मेंबर हैं और इसके एडवाइस करते हैं उसमें। और न्यूक्लियर जो भी पॉलिसीज है, डिसीजंस है डॉक्ट्रिन में, उनका इनमें डायरेक्ट रोल है इनका। और देखिए डिफेंस प्लानिंग कमेटी है, डिफेंस एक्विजिशन काउंसिल है, ये जितने भी कमिटीज हैं इसके सबके ये मेंबर हैं। और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जो फैसिलिटीज बन रही है डिफेंस के लिए, इसके सारे ये मेंबर हैं। एक बहुत ही पावरफुल पोस्ट है और 1 पोस्ट में बहुत कुछ जमा हुआ है, तो आपको ये जानना जरूरी है। अब एक रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग ऑफ हायर डिफेंस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आपने सुना होगा। अब हमारे जो इतने सारे कमांड्स हैं, आर्मी के, नेवी के कमांड, एयरफोर्स के कमांड है, सब मर्ज हो रहे हैं और हम थिएटर कमांड बनाने जा रहे हैं। तो थिएटर कमांड का कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत जरूरी है। रीऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ हायर कमांड, आर्मी, नेवी, एयरफोर्स पूरी चेंज होने वाली है। आप NDA दे रहे हो, एफकट दे रहे हो, CDS दे रहे हो, आप मिलिट्री ऑफिसर बन रहे हो, आर्मी में जाना चाहते हो, नेवी में, आपको मालूम होगा यू मे गेट पोस्टेड इनटू आर्मी, यू आर ए नेवल ऑफिसर, यू विल गेट पोस्टेड इनटू एयरफोर्स। अभी कल ही परसों की न्यूज है, आर्मी ऑफिसर जो जनरल हैं हमारे आर्मी के चीफ ऑफ आर्मी स्टाफ, उनको एक एयरफोर्स का ADC दिया जा रहा है। नेवी में भी एक दूसरा आर्मी का ADC जा रहा है। तो इस तरह से अब इंटीग्रेशन हो रहा है और एक कंबाइंड फोर्सेस बन रही है। और क्या बनने वाली है, आर्मी में सिर्फ आर्मी के लोग नहीं रहेंगे, उसमें नेवी के भी लोग जाएंगे, एयरफोर्स के भी लोग जाएंगे। पहले भी जाते थे, अब वो प्रॉपर लीगली जाएंगे और उसमें जाके एम्बेड हो जाएंगे और उन्हीं के साथ काम करेंगे। रैंक अपना रहेगा, स्ट्रक्चर अपनी रहेगी, पर काम किसी एक कमांडर के अंदर करेंगे ताकि रिसोर्सेज मैनेज की जा सके। एंड थिएटर में जो कमांडर होगा वो तीनों सेनाओं को अच्छी तरह से यूज कर सकेगा। कॉन्सेप्ट में क्या है, मैरीटाइम कमांड एक बनने वाला है आर्मी, नेवी, एयरफोर्स में। जैसे नेवी की बात करें तो ईस्टर्न कमांड, वेस्टर्न कमांड, सदर्न कमांड, 3 कमांड को मिला के एक मैरीटाइम कमांड बन जाएगा। और एयर डिफेंस जो कमांड है वो एयरफोर्स का बनेगा। कई सारे जो कमांड है अभी 6-7 जो भी है सबको हटा के, सिमिलरली आर्मी के जो इतने सारे कमांड हैं उनको हटा के नॉर्दर्न, ईस्टर्न, वेस्टर्न कमांड 3 बनेंगे और ये थिएटर कमांड के रूप में माने जाएंगे। इनके जो कमांडर इन चीफ हो गए वो डायरेक्टली चीफ ऑफ डिफेंस स्टाफ को रिपोर्ट करेंगे। और नेवल चीफ, आर्मी चीफ और एयरफोर्स चीफ का जो रोल होगा वो दूसरे तरह से डिफाइन किया जाएगा। ऑपरेशनल रोल में ये सारी चीजें अभी वर्कआउट की जा रही हैं। अभी देखना है कि कैसे निकल के आता है फाइनल, और जब ये निकल के आएगा तो आप इसको समझेंगे। बट ये क्वेश्चंस इसके ऊपर आते रहते हैं, इंटरव्यू में भी आते रहते हैं, रिटन में भी और ओरल में भी। तो आज की बात इतनी बहुत है और इतना जानना बहुत है आपके लिए कि ये करंट अफेयर्स जनरल नॉलेज हर दिन हर बार हम कुछ ना कुछ बताते रहेंगे आपको, एंड यू विल बी एबल टू गेट बेनिफिटेड विद दीज जनरल अफेयर्स। Coming to the topic per se, SSB preparation, and today we are looking at what is behind the SSB preparation. What is the strategy? What is the background? What is the green room? Insights. SSB के पीछे का सत्य, पृष्ठभूमि कहते हैं जिसको। तो आज के जो जो पूरा प्रोग्राम है, जो प्रेजेंटेशन है, अगले कुछ मिनट्स में मैं ये बताने वाला हूं कि जो एक तो फ्रंट फेस है आपका, पीपीडीटी, टैट, वैट, एसआरटी, 5 डेज, ये एक्सरसाइज, वो एक्सरसाइज, ये सारी चीजें आपको फ्रंट फेस पे दिखती हैं। स्टूडेंट्स के इसमें आ रहे हैं हमारे पास कोई? जो भी ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं अपना नाम जरूर लिखें ताकि हम उनको देख सकें और अपनी क्वेश्चंस भी डाल सकें। तो अभी मैं बताने वाला हूं आपको कि फ्रंट फेस ऑफ एसएसबी और बैकग्राउंड ऑफ एसएसबी, तो दोनों की बात हम करते हैं। देखिए, प्रिल्यूड टू एसएसबी, एसएसबी से पहले जब आप प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हो, तो आज मैं बेसिकली आपको ये बताना चाहता हूं, आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू दैट एसएसबी प्रिपेयर करने से पहले एवरीबडी नोज सर वी शुड हैव ऑफिसर लाइक क्वालिटीज। वो आप सबको पता है कि ऑफिसर लाइक क्वालिटीज होनी चाहिए। तो ऑफिसर लाइक क्वालिटीज क्या है, ऑफिसर लाइक क्वालिटीज किस तरह की होती हैं, ऑफिसर लाइक क्वालिटी में क्या क्या होना चाहिए, ये आपको जनरली एक गूगल टॉक्स में या आपके दूसरे इंस्टीट्यूट में आपने पढ़ा है, किताबों में पढ़ा है कि कैसे हम उसको डील करते हैं। ओके, सो हेलो विनीत, हाउ आर यू? तो आप जैसे देखेंगे कि लोग जो भी ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं वो अपना नाम और अपना हेलो लिखते रहें ताकि मैं उनको देखता रहूं और आगे हम आपसे इंटरेक्ट कर पाएंगे। तो आपको पहले क्या करना है, एसएसबी के पहले अगर आप डू हैबिट न्यू क्वालिटीज जो आपने चेक कर रही है, शायद आपको पता भी ना हो कि कैसे चेक करना है, तो मैं आपको सिंप्लीफाई करके OLQ का प्रिपरेशन का तरीका, दैट हाउ डू यू डेवलप दीज ऑफिसर लाइक क्वालिटीज इन यू, दैट इज व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक, दैट इज कॉल्ड प्रिल्यूड टू एसएसबी से पहले की बात। तो एसएसबी से पहले, जैसे कहते हैं ना, स्टेज पे पहले ग्रीन रूम में हम प्रिपेयर करते हैं, नाटक करने के पहले, कुछ एक्टिंग करने के पहले, स्टेज पे जाने के पहले, कुछ बोलने से पहले हम ग्रीन रूम में बैठते हैं और ग्रीन रूम में हम आज क्वेश्चंस करने वाले हैं। तो एसएसबी के स्टेज पर आने से पहले क्या करें, आज का टॉपिक इसी के साथ घूमेगा कि हम एसएसबी में स्टेज पे जाने से पहले या तैयारी करने से पहले हम क्या करें, हाउ डू वी prepare ourselves for the SSB. Now, इसके लिए हमें gradual step up, built up in phases टेक्निक्स इस्तेमाल करनी। It cannot happen overnight. It cannot happen in 10 days. It is not possible to prepare for SSB in few days. Why? I'm going to tell you in an interesting manner with some 10 pointers as I have been doing in previous videos. I'm going to give you some 10 pointers straightforward, which will hit you exactly where it requires to be, and then probably you will be able to understand this much better in a clear cut solutions. So the point is very clear, SSB के स्टेज पर आने से पहले क्या करें and gradual steps जो हमें करना है वो हम कैसे करें। तो अब आपको if you see the board here, I have written some points for you, like एसएसबी की पृष्ठभूमि। तो एसएसबी की जो पृष्ठभूमि है, बैकग्राउंड है, इसमें प्रिपरेटरी फेजेस ऑफ एसएसबी हम लेके चलते हैं। पहले कौन कौन सी फेजेस हमारे पास होने चाहिए, तो 3 फेजेस में आई हैव डिवाइडेड दिस बैकग्राउंड प्रिपरेशन और स्ट्रेटजी ऑफ एसएसबी प्रिपरेशन। ये 3 पॉइंट्स हमारे हैं, प्री एसएसबी, ड्यूरिंग एसएसबी एंड आफ्टर एसएसबी। Why I'm saying after SSB, you will be surprised that sir is saying post SSB. If you are selected, then obviously you are selected. And even if you are selected, you must take lesson from the selection process and your own performance, whatever you did, because it may give you good introspection. It can give you some quality of life. It can give you long-term bearings, approaches to the life, because it's a nightmare to go to the SSB first, clear the SSB stage 1, and then maintain 5 days of tempo in SSB and get recommended. So this is a long drawn process, ladies and gentlemen, my dear future officers. It takes effort, time, and you must not leave it unhandled, unmanaged, even if you clear or if you don't clear SSB. So I go to that extent of 3 parts: pre-SSB, during SSB, and post-SSB. Now let me explain you this. Coming to the pre-SSB. Now pre-SSB part is I am going to divide into few nice C's, 10 C pointers. So this is called insight into SSB. Now insight into SSB is described through my 10 pointers C. All C are here and I'm going to correlate it with the SSB. What I mean. Friends, remember, we are talking about not SSB classes. We are not talking about TAT, VAT, SRT, GTO, task, interview, etc. We are talking about how to condition yourself, how to be ready for your SSB and decide whether you are that type bent of mind or not. And if you are not having that type of bent of mind, then better you get your aspects, your personality traits sorted out. Get them together. Then you can probably think of it. Coming to the point state, what type of person should be going for SSB? Do you have a canvassed brain? You have OLQs. I don't want to touch the OLQ now, but I will be telling you certain points correlated to the OLQs in a different manner. It's a new approach to plan your SSB, and you plan your personality, judge yourself, assess yourself. So canvassed brain means, are you knowledgeable? When I say canvassed brain, it means that knowledge, you must have knowledge. Know the surrounding environment, know general awareness point, which I covered in the beginning. Why did I cover the general awareness program today when I started the class? To first of all trigger your mind, stimulate you towards seeking knowledge. Must seek knowledge on a daily basis. If you don't seek knowledge, and I don't say knowledge, I call it awareness. So when I have given you my program K2A, when I say K2A means knowledge which is available with you through your theory classes, convert into awareness. That is practical use of knowledge is called awareness, where in KD Defense Brigade we teach this K2A technique with little more emphasis on a regular basis, and that probably brings out all these qualities in you. In case you can understand it, follow me little more about it, right? So okay, so yes, Beneath, you are following us, that's good. So now, do you have knowledge? Have you acquired good general awareness? Have you made them palatable, understandable, easy to give it to others? Or it is a total raw knowledge which you can't convert into practicality and you can't make use of it for yourself and for others whom you are interacting? And SSB is all about individual, collective interaction and collective behavior. So if you behave collectively, the way you behave in a group, in a collective forum, that is where your awareness will show how you are giving it. So you must prepare yourself from lot of early bird. You must not wait for SSB exam, defense exam or competitive exam. Start preparing. I start preparing. I tell my students, I advise them to prepare from 9th, 10th, 11th class, and if they have missed it out, they have come late, they have boarded the train somewhere midway, then they must from first year, second year, they should not wait for graduation, they should early pick up. Make yourself first see, prepare yourself by canvassing your brain. That means put some good paints, colors, that is awareness, knowledge converted into awareness, ready reference answers in your mind, which is going to help you as first C for your SSB. Coming to next, conditioning of mind. Are you doing knee-jerk reactions per study? Are you a regular student? Are you embedding conditioning by environment, by regularly practicing things, or once in a while you try to mug up some GK, something, some awareness, some knowledge. From here and there, after 10 days, you realize and try to mug a few points and go and vomit somewhere, and your brain is not ready. Your artificial intelligence has not developed. My previous class, please refer my talk. It is live available to you on YouTube, KD Defense. Please see what I have talked about: conscious and non-conscious approach, the memory cells, the brain development, reaction, how a person responds to questions, psychology of stimulation and responses of a person. In a very simple manner, I have tried to explain all this. So unless you condition your mind, I have brought that point from the previous class to this. Now these are 10 very consolidated points, but the background of the whole thing you will see in my previous class. So conditioning of mind is a full chapter which I have explained to you earlier. Please condition your mind before you approach for SSB. Get regular, become a person who has a reflex action which is officer-like, not a artificial action or a deliberate action. His instant reactions should be like an officer, okay, or a leader. Next C is creative. On-spot jugaad. Are you a jugaadu person? Resourceful. Now resourcefulness. Jugaadu per. Effective intelligence. If you see it correlated to the OLQs, you will find that they are embedded into OLQs. But those terms look little different. Effective intelligence, reasoning ability, power of expression, these things look little different. So now if you can just bring them in mind and say creative. Are you creative? Or you like creative? You have to be an initiator. You have to be good. You have to be a good decision maker. You have to be confident. Then only you can create. So the many social effectiveness factors come, amalgamated into this particular point, that's creativity. So this is basically all about person who can think out of box. He can freely into the environment. And how can you do it? Unless you have canvas brains, unless you have conditioned it, you can't be creative. So remember, friends, ladies and gentlemen, and military aspirants, you have to canvas yourself by reading not only academic books but other books also of general interests, and develop reasoning, and then condition yourself by practice, regular practice, and then you will find yourself getting creative. That means you are able to manage yourself in expression, manage yourself. Your responses are much smarter because you have conditioned yourself and you are become creative. So you can 2 and 2 together. You can bring, I told you in TAT, I have told you grouping of thoughts in TAT. I have taught you all this, those students who are attending our regular classes here on SSB and NDA and other foundation courses. We are giving you a complete package of written and oral classes at this institute in a very slow and deliberated manner, no hurry. So it covers all type of students as I said in the beginning. So there we make you creative. Now एक point है, थोड़ा social point है, थोड़ा emotional भी point है. Care for others. Pre SSB में please check yourself. Are you a person who care for others? Don't go to SSB or don't attempt SSB saying it's a competition and I have to suppress all others and I should be selected. No, there is no relative merit in SSB. It is not relative. It is, I will speak on this point, absolute merit. You have to have absolute qualities. There is a datum, and all those who are above that datum, they have the absolute qualities, they will be selected. It's not that out of 10, 4 are better than other 6, so this 4 will be selected. The GTO, IO and psychologist do not look at relative merit. So ladies and gentlemen, don't worry about who is doing well, who is not doing well. You have to do well yourself and let everybody also do well. Because if everybody gets selected, how does it matter? You do yourself. And in the relative merit, they will find your final merit, but the final merit is depending upon many other factors. There is the written exam, there is the medical, so there are much more factors which is not within your control. So why to bother for them? Why to get into those, कहते हैं ना कर्म और फल, तो फल की तरफ ध्यान मत दो. act on spot and try to see what you are doing is for yourself. and खुद कहते हैं, अब मैंने ये लिखा है यहाँ पे, खुद जियो औरों को भी जीने दो। तो खुद जियो औरों को भी जीने दो कॉन्सेप्ट लेके अगर आप जाएंगे एग्जाम में, इंटरव्यू में, तो 5 दिन का इंटरव्यू है, 15 मिनट का नहीं है। 15 मिनट में तो बहुत कुछ मैनेज आप कर भी लोगे, 5 दिन में कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते। यू विल हैव टू गिव योर सेल्फ ओरिजिनल, यू हैव टू शो योर इनर सेल्फ, योर इनर पर्सनालिटी विल बी रिवील्ड, चाहे आप कितनी भी मेहनत कर लो। तो दिस खुद जियो औरों को भी जीने दो कॉन्सेप्ट के साथ, इफ यू प्रिपेयर बिफोर ट्राइंग फॉर SSB, then from 6 months, 1 year, 2 years before, you will start working upon it in a slow and steady manner, and you will be able to achieve your required dreams. Now this is the interesting point. What do we do during SSB? Now we are on the stage. ये पहले की बात थी, ये जो बात मैंने प्रीवियस इसमें कहा है, this is all about ग्रीन रूम। स्टेज के पीछे जब आप ग्रीन रूम में रहते हैं, जहां पे आप तैयार होते हैं, कपड़े पहनते हैं, थॉट्स बनाते हैं। ग्रीन रूम पहले एक्ट्रेसेस और एक्टर्स के लिए होता था, पूरे ग्रीन होता था, पूरा सब कुछ माहौल शांत, कम लाइट होती थी, और वहां बैठ के कलाकार अपनी प्रिपरेशन शुरू करता था कि मुझे आगे जाके क्या परफॉर्म करना। इसीलिए हम स्टेज के पीछे के कमरे को ग्रीन रूम कहते हैं। तो ग्रीन रूम की बात ये मैंने की है आपके साथ। ग्रीन रूम में आप अच्छा हो जाओ, तब आप स्टेज पे अच्छे आओगे। अब हम चलते हैं स्टेज पे। लेट्स वॉक टू द स्टेज ड्यूरिंग SSB। इनसाइट्स ऑफ SSB 10C पॉइंटर्स मैं आपको दे रहा हूं आज। ये 10 पॉइंटर्स लेके आप जाएं और इनको अपनी जिंदगी में अमल लाएं। तो 4 पॉइंट के बाद नेक्स्ट जो हमारी 4 पॉइंट है, ये 5 दिन के SSB में क्या होता है। ड्यूरिंग SSB people are very puzzled, confused, very nervous, very scared, afraid of the 5 days spending at SSB. What you should do is some 4 C's, if you remember in an easy and simple manner, you may get benefited and have a better conduct during SSB, more confidence and happy life during 5 days of stay at SSB. So what is first? Collaborate with others, collect and continue. Many times you may find that your standards in the exercises are probably not as good as others, but you are having awareness, you have conditioned your mind, but God forbid, sometime sometime it happens that luck is not in your favor and it is beyond your control. In that case, what should you do? Look around, see who has got what is the strength and weakness of others. Both strength, I say weakness also, because you have to exploit this situation in the best manner. So for that, you got to be smart to collaborate. Collaborate means look around parallelly, 360-degree views all over you, and see what is not available to me is available to them. Can I take from them and again counter back? So it's like on spot jugaad only, but it is more than that. It is much more dynamic process and it is a smart technique. And those who can manage this, they are intelligent, they can grasp quickly correlate to the situation and quickly find a counter mechanism to understand that part. So collect from people and continue. Don't get nervous. If you are stuck somewhere, you have got no GTO task, mein aap atak jate hain. See from people. You are not the boss. It is not an individual exercise. You are not the only person who is being judged. It's a collective task. So most of the time we get stuck. We'll talk about this P2P. Coming to the collective versus person, this is the next point. Most of the time, people are not confined to the purpose during SSB. You start thinking about others more and you lose your own mindset, you lose your capabilities and you lose your strength. You become a one-to-one show piece during especially GD or in GTO tasks. A group discussion is one point, GPE is another place. Even in the group obstacle race and the command task, also you start becoming superhero, become a commander which is very authoritative and etc. etc. So friend, P2P, how to conduct yourself in a group behavior. So our main thrust in defense brigade, KD defense brigade, is to develop the qualities of group dynamics. When we talk about the training, we don't talk about how to carry out group discussion only. We also pre-SSB skills, we decide that whatever weaknesses you have, we give you enough practice, we ask you for assignment, you have to come and prove the assignments in the class, then only the next class goes on. So it's a full circle in which we teach here. We don't give one-way task that you have been given a task, come go do it. No, you are mentors. Mentors are expected to take you to the target, hit the target. If you do not succeed, they are supposed to ask you for analysis, post action, and recorrect, carry out lesson learned analysis. If there are last mile connectivity, if there is some lacunae, if there are some weaknesses, dissect them, carry out corrective strategies, and refire, regroup yourself, realign your traits, your strengths, and hit the target once again. So this is a continuous process, and it takes time. 3 to 6 months we teach here, and even for a year we go on for 1 SSB, 2 SSB, 3 SSB, because we believe in a transformation of personality into the individual, wherein if he do not succeeds in the defense exams, the skills that he's developed or she has developed is going to be benefited in all other exams, whether it is SSC, CTS, CAPF, UPSC, civil services, state civil services. You go to police service, you go to excise, you go to drug inspector, you go to pharmacy, nursing, CLAT, chartered accountancy, business world, corporate world. I have students who have not qualified in defense, but they come back and tell, sir, I'm using all the skills which we have been given by us in a manner which is just little transformation, and they are suiting into my leadership requirements of a corporate world as a manager. So friends, this P2P remains a very important point. You must not get carried away by a person, continue with the purpose. Next is contrast in personality. Contrast means up, down, black, थोड़ी सी light, थोड़ी सी कम light. Variety चाहिए, variations चाहिए, monologues नहीं चाहिए, monotonous voices नहीं चाहिए, audibility अच्छी हो लेकिन modulation के साथ हो, emotional drama हो बात करने में, content में drama हो, content में variety हो, content में data हो, कंटेंट में करंट अफेयर्स हो, कंटेंट में पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंसेस हो, कंटेंट में किसी अच्छे इंसान की बातें हो, कंटेंट में कम्युनिटी की बातें हो, कंटेंट में रूरल, अर्बन, गांव, शहर, सब की बातें हो. So if you don't have variety, if you are staying in a city and you don't know about village, so in the situation reaction test, if there is a fire in a hut and it is a village, you will call for the fire brigade. And the fire brigade is not available in a village. So you are not getting a contrast personality in yourself. You are not visited places, you have not experienced the life, and that is why you are getting stuck. Similarly, a person from the village, he should know, because today's world, with the availability of media, we exactly know what's happening on the moon, what's happening on Mars. So why can't we know what's happening in our cities around us? So there is no excuse about it that I have never been there, so I don't know. Reasoning ability develops not only by seeing, experiencing, but also by reading and imagining things in a correlated manner, that this is a similar situation in which I have never been, but it could be used there. This is called logical reasoning ability, which is most important part of SSB. So bring some contrast in your personality. Now your outlook, maturity, sense of responsibility is a point in OLQ. Maturity in personality is important. And that is why composed outlook. Don't be emotional. Your fear, nervousness, scary feelings, acrophobia, height fear in the obstacles, nothing should come on your face. Unwavered leadership quality. The face remains smiling, lively, socially effective. You will be when you do not bring your worries onto face. There could be worries. A leader cannot be nervous. He cannot be underconfident. It should not be seen on his face. तो आपको अपने चेहरे पे कभी भी ऐसा भाव, कमांड टास्क में थक गए, परेशान हो गए, एंग्जाइटी आ गई, आप फिर इमोशनल हो गए, ट्रिगर्स आ गए, आपके कुछ जवाब निकल गया मुंह से, कंट्रोल नहीं हुआ, तो ये सब आपके अगेंस्ट में चला जाएगा. डोंट बी अनकम्पोज्ड. आपको जो कहते हैं ना इमोशनल क्वोशंट ऐसा होना चाहिए कि यू शुड बी एबल टू हैंडल योरसेल्फ इन ए challenging situation. So without giving more details onto it, all mature students will realize that we are expected to be very composed, and from the composed, next C which flows is cool and calm mind. Now cool and calm mind, if you are composed, obviously when I say cool and calm mind, means during the discussions, during the GTO task, maybe during the psychological task where there is no visible person in front of you, it's all paper task, still you are likely to get stressed. Your handwriting may suffer, your scribble, you may scribble, you start doing cutting, 12 tats, 60 watt, 60 SRT, then the SDT, all this is write up. So even the handwriting will suffer. So cool and calm mind does not refer to only the group tasks, it also refers to the written work which is there in SSB, and both are very, very important, right? Both are important for us. So keep yourself fully aware of collaborating, confining to the purpose, having contrast in your personality, keeping a composed outlook, and cool and calm mind, which is stress free and anxiety free and is not excited. It is well composed and cool throughout the exercises. So these are the 5 points, and I have covered 4 points. Total 9 points I have covered 4 in PSSB and 5 especially during your 5 days of SSB. And now coming to the one point which you will be very surprised that I am talking about post SSB. Now post SSB means your conference is over or your conference is not over and you are still waiting for your result. So after the 4th day, you must not sit idle. You may have some fun, you may go for a visit to the city, places of interest, and unwind yourself, freshen yourself, get out of the minor stresses that you had. Don't worry about results, whatever has happened, but carry out some analysis. And I want to tell you this analysis in a very simple manner. I have correlated it to the Navy. I am a naval officer, so I have thought of correlating it with the Navy. And I want to ask you a question, that the day you finish your interview or the 4th day and you are now waiting for conference, or even if you are conferenced out after 5 days or you have been recommended, in all these three situations, 4th day or 5th day afternoon, let's think about yourself. Those who are repeaters, they will know what I am talking, what is the situation, how do you feel about on that day. But to be carrying out a post SSB analysis, it is important for you to think that were you consistent from the day 1 to day 5. Now what do you mean by consistent? Is did you show a very high level of energy somewhere and dipped your level of energy to a lower level, and you followed a sinusoidal curve in which your standards kept fluctuating throughout the exercise. Why I am saying this post? Because in 2nd day you can't do this, 3rd day you can't do this, but after recommendation, whether recommended or not recommended, if you are going for next attempt, then this is very, very critical, because you may have done very well in as such standards of SSB you have achieved. You are a good speaker, you are a good writer, you have a good psychological bent of mind, you are a command mindset, leadership quality person, and you are smart by bearing, physical personality, you have good knowledge awareness, you have good communication skills, and you are not able to be selected. So there is some lacuna, there is some deficiency, there is requirement of last mile connectivity. And to tell you friends, I believe in a very critical analysis of repeaters. All the repeaters, all the students mostly who have cleared under my mentorship, many of them, large cross section of them are repeaters. Those who have not been able to clear for 5, 6 times, 7 times. Alarmingly, actually, sometime it is more than the 10 time of SSB attempts. At the age of 24, 25, towards the end, just short of crossing the age barrier for meeting your dreams to become officers in the armed forces. So this is a professional aspect of my way to carry out dissective analysis and corrective strategies, in which I generally believe that good students are suffering because of inconsistent approach in the SSB. And for that, please question yourself. Did you remain afloat in the swimming pool of SSB of 5 days, or did you dip, did you drown, did you came up very fast and then again dip down? So if I have put 2 pictures for you, were you swimming in SSB like this with full energy, but see, this is a butterfly stroke in which the person goes down and comes up, goes down and comes up. You see, although in all the strokes it is like that mostly, but when I say this picture, this swimmer is cool and calm and just floating in the water. The picture is depicting a floating situation. So when you are going into the SSB exercises, do not fluctuate in your standards. Example I will give you. You may have written a very good STT, you may have written a very good TAT blank story, but your other part of the story, other 11 stories may not have been of the same standards. So this would give a clear-cut indication to the psychologist that you are an artificial personality and it is a coached situation. So these 2 pictures may help you in that regard. Now coming to the point, so these 10 pointers that I am going to have covered for you is just going to help you in your pre-SSB, SSB and post-SSB preparation and your behavior, your conduct, your activities, and even if you are out of it after recommendation or no recommendation, both cases it is a valid requirement to carry out this analysis. And it may sound little more psychological, it may sound little philosophical, but then this T10C I have prepared it in my way, in a simpler manner, and try to convey to you. In case you have any doubts, you can definitely question in the comment box later, or you can discuss with us. I also given you 5 questions today, which you may answer and keep yourself ready, keep it with you readily available for answering in the exams wherever they are asked. And these 10 questions, either you can write in the comment box, or you can at least record for yourself. Every time when I am taking these classes, I will be giving you some current affairs, general knowledge, and some questions which are of a recurring nature, which are of a critical nature, which are required to be definitely known to the military aspirants especially, and all other aspirants of government and private sector jobs. Firstly, when is Army Day celebrated? When is Navy Day celebrated? When is Air Force Day celebrated? There are 3 questions. Then who is Supreme Commander of Indian Armed Forces? That is the next question. And then the last question is, what is the full form of ADC in armed forces? What is the full form of ADC in armed forces? So this 5 questions you can please take on, and in case you have any doubts, here are the details of career counseling and registration requirements at KD Defence Brigade, Mukherjee Nagar, New Delhi. You can contact us at this number and find the time slot with the mentor. Contact number is 9266869938. I repeat, 9266869938. You can also visit the Instagram at the rate of KD Defence Brigade and follow us onto our classes or our programs And then we also have the YouTube channel indicated here, and at the rate of KD Defense Brigade, in which this live class is on. You can interact with us by various modes, find a time schedule and interact and ask for your questions, answers, preparation strategy. Or if there are repeaters, then they can get their psychological analysis, their PSY checks, assessment, their skill assessments, and also get advised for their anything which is required to connect with the lacune, or the, I call it, last mile connectivity. With that, ladies and gentlemen, my dear future officers and the military aspirants, keep watching YouTube KD Defense Brigade live, and keep checking the videos, interact with us, and make efforts, do well, succeed in your dreams. Thank you. Jai Hind. Good day.